Oh, but it's almost 30 years since your last German tour. Now it's the first one again. How is it going?
I think it's more than 30 years, almost 40 years. I think my last one was in the early 70s, but it's going well. It's really, I'm amazed. I'm amazed at the people, how they remember. And after the show, they come and I sign autographs and take pictures with them, and they talk about how my music is timeless and how it brings them back to when they were children. And I feel so good that I'm doing this,
You stopped touring and recording yourself many years ago. Your son, Albert Jr., was kind of responsible. And how is it now being back on stage again?
Well, I stopped recording in 1980 when Albert Jr. was born, so I could be a father. That I hadn't done that with my other two children. So I thought with Albert I want to do that, but then Albert grew up. He's in this famous group called the Strokes, and I would go and see him on stage, and I'd look and I'd go, wow, I used to do that. I would love to do this again, So I made a record, and the record did well, so I thought, why not go on tour, And I put a band together, which is the band I have. And I'm the happiest man in the world when I'm on stage.
And how is it touring means it's challenging for your voice? You haven't been singing for a long time, touring. How did you get in shape again?
Well, I never do anything to get in shape. I think I'm in shape anyways. I try and stay in shape all my life. I play the guitar and I sing, I write, so I'm always singing. But it's different when you get on stage. One of the good things I did was I quit smoking, I quit drinking, and that has helped me a lot. I quit drinking about 2 years ago, and I quit smoking about 8 years ago. And my voice is suddenly, I've done 8 concerts in a row, and I've still got 2 more to do tomorrow and the next day, No, just tomorrow, tonight and tomorrow. So that would be like 9 or 10 concerts in a row, and I do like 2.5 hours, and the voice is fine.
I think it must have been a real difficult task to choose the songs for the concert. You have so many.
It's very difficult, but I put together about 35 songs, and we do about 28, 29, and then I ask the people to challenge me. So usually I do about 35 because they ask me, I don't know, these are the good old days, or when I'm gone, or for the peace of all mankind, or something that I don't have in my repertoire. So I do it just with my acoustic guitar. If I remember it, sometimes I don't remember it.
You mentioned the album, there was Legend. You did Legend 2. You recorded the songs you had written for other people. I think you must have had the same problem choosing the songs.
Yes, of course. For the albums, I had the same problems. But you leave some of them out. There's nothing you can do. I'm not going to do a Legend 3. So the next record that I do will either be a live album or new songs, or maybe songs that are not so well known from my albums that I still think are hit songs, things like Smoky Factory Blues, things like New York City, Here I Come, some things that I feel that the people would love.
You're living in Spain?
No.
Not? No. In Los Angeles?
In Los Angeles. I am in Spain because it's the warmest place to be while I'm touring in Europe. Because if you're in England, it's cold, and if you're in Germany, it's cold. Now it isn't cold, but I mean, usually it is, you know. So I chose Spain also because my close to Gibraltar, so my mother is there, who's 93. So at least when I go back, I see my mother, you know, which is important, you know.
Mentioning Gibraltar, you have grown up there. You started your career in Gibraltar and then in Madrid, and now playing with Spanish musicians. It looks like a circle has closed.
No, I think it doesn't matter where the musicians are from. I think these are very good musicians, and so I chose them for that reason, you know. I love the way they play. They could be Danish or Germans or Swedish, I don't really care, as long as they're good musicians, you know. I mean, them being Spanish helps in a way, because I have a career in the Latin market, a big career, and since they sing in English and they sing in Spanish, it helps, you know.
Listening to your songs, there's one thing I think many people appreciate. You're doing love songs, but you started very early singing also about ecological topics like Never Rains in Southern California, or not in My Name later. So it seems that it's important for you also expressing something.
Yeah, I like stories, you know, I like to tell stories. I mean, Down by the River was my first single as an artist, you know, on CBS in 1972, before It Never Rains. And I wrote that song because I saw so much pollution in Los Angeles that I thought, what a good idea to make the people aware about pollution, you know. So before anybody was thinking green, I was thinking green, you know. And if I ever see Al Gore, I will tell him that.
Right, last question, Albert, concerning Germany. You've been here, especially in the 70s, very often. Any special memory, any event or accident or whatever you could tell us?
No, I think Germany has always been like a second home for me, you know, in the music industry, you know. It's always been a country that has appreciated my music, that has appreciated my singing, and I feel loved. Whenever I come to Germany, I feel that the people, they love me, you know, and there's nothing more beautiful for a person than to be in a place where you're loved, you know. So I feel very much at home when I'm here. Unfortunately, I never learned the language, which I should have done when I was younger, because now I'm too old to remember, you know. But Germany is probably one of the most important markets that I've ever had in my career, you know, and it still is, and hopefully it will be for a long time.
Okay, one more last question. Yeah. You've had your own hits, but there are so many songs that you wrote that other people were successful with. How was it living in the shadow of your songs and the chart success of other people?
It never bothered me, you know. I always felt that I wrote the song and so I gave this person a hit, you know, and also they sang it so beautifully, you know, from Tina Turner to Diana Ross to Whitney Houston to Aretha Franklin to Johnny Cash to Roy Orbison to Ace of Base to, I mean, so many, you know. it's never, you know, I don't have that kind of an ego. I'm sure I've got an ego, but not that kind of an ego. You know, my ego is probably more, let's do things right, you know, rather than I want to be in the limelight, you know. No, it doesn't matter to me, you know. I really love the fact that I can write songs for other people, I can write them for myself, and then my concerts are based on the stories I can tell about the songs and the people I've worked with and the people that have sung my songs, and also about myself and what happened to me in my life, you know. So it's a nice little tour because it's all about stories, songs that I've written in the last 50 years.
Perfect finishing word. Thank you very much.